Well, the Canadian and American dollars were playing leapfrog today, with the Greenback finally beating out the Loonie in a photo finish at the final bell. The strong dollar is good news for travelers and for shoppers heading out of the country, but there are losers when the Loonie's on the rise. Mary Beth Burton has the story.
The Loonie leaped over the American Greenback briefly today and finished trading virtually on par with its U.S. cousin. But economists say it has little to do with Canada.
The American dollar is falling against 16 other currencies. Right? They're almost at parity with the Australian dollar, which is the first time in an extremely long time that's happened.
Wixon says Americans are not propping up their dollar, while Canada's prime lending rate is seeing marginal increases. Still, some Canadians suffer with a high loonie.
So the losers are the tourism industry. People don't want to come here from the United States if the American dollar is going to be expensive to get up here.
And PARITY has some Canadian manufacturers worried about lost jobs.
Trying to encourage members and facilitate exports to other parts of the world to take advantage of other opportunities, but the reality is over half of our exports are still going to the United States.
The winners are Canadians shopping south of the border and those planning vacations out of country. The general manager of Dave Wheaton participates in a live vehicle auction online. Brett Snow is looking for American vehicles to import for Victoria buyers. He constantly watches to see how the Loonie is doing against the Greenback.
The price of the dollar can affect it by 2 to 3 cents in a day. When you're talking about cars that get in the $30,000 to $40,000, $50,000 price range, it can add up pretty fast.
Even with shipping costs at about $1,000, American used autos are often a good deal. Of the 7 SUVs for sale in the used section of Dave Wheaton today, 6 of them American, and fittingly, the red one is Canadian. Snow says price adjustments and rebates by Canadian manufacturers have all but eliminated cross-border shopping for new models. Experts predict the Loonie and the U.S. dollar will be near parity for a long time. And our Victoria economist thinks we're experiencing a much larger shift.
The economies are actually too hot. And what we're happening is we may be cooling in the sense that things are getting more level. But maybe that's the new reality.
Wixon believes the annual economic growth at 3% and 4% in recent years will slow to 1% or 2% for the foreseeable future. In Victoria, Mary Beth Burton, A News.